Yes, you guys read that correctly. There has been something going around and I want to touch base on it. Welcome to Vlogmas. So you guys read the title and thumbnail correctly. This car quite literally almost got stolen. A lot of people actually have attempted this with me, and I wanted to touch base on it to spread the word, to make sure that no one else falls for this scam, because this scam has gotten so out of hand, guys, that even Copart, the salvage auctions, they've had to take action against it. So I want to make sure that this word is spread, because sometimes some people might not know that they're being scammed right under their noses. It's a pretty crazy scam. All right, guys. So basically the way this scam works, it's a pretty interesting scam. The way it works, guys, is earlier this year, I had the Camaro listed on AutoTrader. I had a lot of cars listed on AutoTrader just to see what we could get for them and potentially make a sale. What had happened with AutoTrader was there was a lot of messages that I was receiving from people with a very in-depth and interesting story. So they would like message me saying like, hey, my brother is in great need of a car and I want to buy this one quickly for him. And I'm like, why would someone else be buying this car for their brother who's in great need of a car? This isn't like an economical car or anything. Like, it's not really the type of car you would go for when someone is in great need of a car. That part just didn't really make too much sense to me. And then there's other people who would flat out just be like, hey, I want to buy this car, and then send me a picture of their ID and address, and they tell me, oh, I'm gonna pay with a cashier's check. That's the big no-no. When they want to pay with a cashier's check. I'm gonna tell you guys what's going on there a little bit, but basically everybody who reached out to me, if they're wanting to pay cashier's checks, guys, at this point, cashier's checks aren't very safe anymore. Copart, the salvage auctions, they stopped accepting cashier's checks, and cashier's checks is what I used to use when I would purchase a car, because it used to be a very secure method of payment. They don't use it anymore, so you know, now I guess now we do wire transfers and stuff like that. Basically, the scam was someone would message you, say that they want to pay with a cashier's check, and then when you would tell them, oh, can you do a wire transfer or a direct deposit, they would flat out just ignore you and they wouldn't respond to you. So right there, you know that it's a scam. And the way the scam works is they either send, you know, their mechanic or their shipper or some relative. They themselves would never show up because the IDs that they supply aren't actually them. So they would bring these people out, and I never actually got to the stage where somebody would actually come out to look at the car, because I knew it was a scam off the bat because I knew not to do cashier's checks, because there's a lot of people out there, and this is pretty much what would happen, because this is basically a true story as it's happened to some people here on YouTube. The way it works, they come in, they give you a cashier's check, you put the money in your bank account, the money clears. Then what happens is maybe they'll call you back and say, hey, we want some money back because they gave you too much. Or maybe the bank will just catch on a couple of days later, but ultimately the money will be removed from your account, and your car and your title and everything is already with the new owner. You're out of your car then, and you're out of the money, and they basically just use I don't know how it really works. I'm not a scammer. I don't know how it works, but they use I think they use fake routing numbers or something, and they write false checks, false cashier's checks. And that's pretty much, as far as I know, that's the only system that the scammers are using, is false cashier's checks. They don't really have a way to fake a wire transfer or anything like that. They're just using paper, like cashier check. So I have some of these messages saved here on my laptop, but as far as accessing them, the session has timed out, so I can't actually go and see the physical chat anymore, but I can see the cover of the chat. Over here, we have you could see the people saying the story about how their brother is in great need of a car, or somewhere you see where it says Paul sent an attachment, or this person sent an attachment. That just means they sent me a picture of their ID. It's not actually them. And then just a bunch of other people. Basically, all of these chats I have looked at, reviewed, and analyzed, and there was not a single person in this chat who didn't want to pay with a cashier's check or scam. I would just recommend being careful. And on AutoTrader, I don't know why specifically, I've never had it happen to me on any other site ever, only AutoTrader. So do with that as you will. No hate against AutoTrader. I'm sure they're great. I'm hoping that they've cracked down on this, but there has been a pretty good amount of scamming happening there. And yeah, this car was almost a victim of that scam, but luckily I was able to analyze that. Why would one person only want to pay with cashier's check and have somebody else, because these people live far, not in the state, so they wanted to fly somebody over with the cashier's check who then would pick up the car, but they themselves wouldn't come get the car. So very strange situation. Long story short, basically the scam is people are faking cashier's checks. It's been a couple months since I've seen this happen, so I'm hoping that it's been resolved now and it doesn't happen anymore. But just to be safe, if anybody ever wants to buy your car or buy anything from you, maybe don't do a cashier's check, just to be safe, because not even the auction accepts cashier's checks anymore. You have to do direct deposit or a wire transfer or something. It's a bit more of a headache because it's not as instant as a cashier's check when you're purchasing something from the auction, but it's unfortunate, and I guess that's what happened. But at least the Camaro is still here with us. But that's the story on that, guys. So just be careful of scams on the internet. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned for the next one. If you guys like this video, go down below, hit that like button right there's a shiny red subscribe button that you should click. It'd be pretty cool, guys, if we could grow this channel out, because it's definitely one of my biggest dreams is to do this. So thank you all so much for watching, and I love you guys so much, and I love all the love and support. Happy holidays, and I'll see you all on December 10th. Bye.